This is lesson 2, looking at Emma Howland model. I've generated an isometric view, changed to parallel projection, and saved out a couple scenes that we need to troubleshoot what's going on with the lights. So apparently there's some light emitting material on the top of a series of 40 or so ceiling planes that are generating too much light. So the scenes that we needed, in addition to what we've got, is a section through the top of the model so that we can look down at the light. So I've saved that out. We really should have any of these lighting things on their own layers so we can control them. So I'm going to add layers. It's good that you group them. These are the CAD layers. We don't need these, so I'm going to collapse them to layer 0, and this is probably the AutoCAD drawing. Oh, I see. Okay, let's leave that. Well done. Create a new layer. Oops. Lighting. Let's call them tops, for lack of a better word. It's probably some kind of accent light. And then we should also add an ambient layer, and we'll do that separately. So let's put this group into that. So if I double click on this group and right click, and let's set component edit to hide the rest of model so we can just see what's going on with these objects. So we see we have components nested in a group. Double click the component. Okay, so we have faces. Let's see what's going on with that material. So you want this to shine upwards. I don't think there's an advantage to having that material be transparent. And 10 is way too high. Nor does it need to be hidden if you're only painting on top of the light. But let's leave it like that. Apply that. Close this. Close that component. Go back to your scene. I'm still in a group. Okay. Close the group, and I think we changed this to default. And let's see what that does. And I'll pause this video while that renders. Okay, so that finished with the, let's see what preset we used here. This is the default preset, so made that change. I think the lighting is a little better. This would benefit from a layer of ambient light, but we'll try to cue the other preset, the interior default preset. So let's change this to settings, interior preview. We'll leave everything else the same. The information bar, so we stamp it with the preset and cue it. You can cube more than one preset while another is rendering, by the way. Pause. Okay, so the second rendering finished. This first one is with a default preset, took a little over 5 minutes. This one with the preview, right? So if you go into edit, you can see that, and you can adjust those settings with, you can adjust brightness level, and notice now that the lights don't wash out the ceiling area. So I'm going to pause this here, and the next thing I'll do is add a layer of ambient light, which I think will improve. So what did we do here? We changed the LEMs on top of those ceiling panels, reduced them from 10 to 2, and changed the transparency settings on that material. So I'll post this for you to look at, and then I'll post the model in my handouts.